can go from there. So I've been able to collect the flyer from Pinterest. I don't know why, but anytime I'm sharing my screen, it hangs. So these are inspirations. I'm still trying to understand the particular one I want to use. All right. Okay. So I'm leaning more to this one because we're going to learn a couple of things when we work with this design more than this one. One thing we see in this design now is the use of hierarchy. So, for example, when we talked about typography, we talked about H1, H2, H3. Without thinking, H1 is already this one, thriving in ever-changing design industry. And other than just being a very big letter, you see that the the font size is very big, is very bold, is bolder than a lot of them. And from what I'm seeing, they just use just two font size. And I think I know this font. This font is Man Rope, so you can go and get it Man Rope. I have it on my laptop already. So they used this color. They use the bigger font size, and yeah, it's bigger than every other thing on the design. Then if you notice too, I think this font, okay, I'm not really seeing. My god, you guys are not seeing my screen. I'm just realizing I didn't even actually share my screen. Thank you very much. I didn't even actually share my screen. Are you seeing my screen now?
Yes, you can.
All right. So sorry. Yes. So sorry. All right. So this is the design I'm talking about. This design I've been talking about since. You see that even their um what they call this thing, the text size is bigger to show more hierarchy and whatnot than the rest of them. Do you understand? All right. So let's get to work. I'm just going to be talking as I'm working. Hopefully this is going to be as short as possible. So now with this rectangle, you just come here, select a rectangle, and use it to cover. It's a very simple design that you can use for like an online event, or and even a physical event. So what I'm doing now is to double click on the layer. Make sure that you're not double clicking on this four corner point here. And I'm just going to pick this color using the color picker tool, and that's the color over there. I'm going to go back to my pick tool, come to, I think I should just come here at once. Now here's one thing. If the layer that is here is a rectangle, and you want to use the text tool, what's going to happen is when you enter it, it's going to have this circular stuff on top of the text tool. Do you get? And you don't want that. You really don't want that. So let me try and use this. Let me close it. Are you guys hearing me? So, are you guys here? I need feedback.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Alright. So you don't want this circle, because now if I click on this, what this is going to do is going to put a text inside the rectangle. And if I click on OK, we don't want that. We want the text to be on its own. We don't want it to be like attached to the rectangle. Let me go to the pic tool. So it's going to create a text box. We don't really want that. So what you want to do is, I do is I I make sure that nothing is selected. So to make sure that nothing is selected, you can just come here that is empty and click on it. Use your mouse to click on it. Then come back to the text tool again, and you see now there's a rectangle around the cursor rather than a circle. If the rectangle is selected, you see that it turns to a circle. But let's just click here, then nothing is selected, and you come to the text tool and just click. Then you can now make some settings. So this is black. I don't want it to be black. I'm going to change it to this color that is over here. Yeah, I think that's the color gotten it. So me, I like to edit the text first before I even type. I'm going to change this to man rope because I believe that's the font. So I'm going to use this man rope bold. If you notice the space, the I think this is the kerning, but the space in between the text is 420. I actually want it to be tighter so that I can seem bold. So we're going to reduce it to even minus 50, or let's bring it down to minus 25. At the end of the day, too, as we use it, we are going to understand what works. Then the text too, I be like the actual size of the font. We're just going to increase it to 48 and maybe increase the letter. So let's just call this thriving. So you see, I was actually very accurate in my guess. Thriving the ever thriving in the ever changing design industry. Alright, you notice one thing. First of all, my laptop is really slow since I'm doing like a screen share. But like one thing you notice is the space in between each line is very small. So we can change that by going here, and first of all, I like to put it in the same size as the text to see what's going to look like, then move from there. So as I've put it there, I think it actually works for me. I'm just going to if you can use this and drag, it's going to increase, and it's going to increase proportionally like I said the last time, because this link is checked here. You get. I'm not going to do any of the logos. I'm just going to do all these designs without the logo. Here's one thing I also do when creating flyers. I go here, go to my view, then go to guides. You might have to rewatch this to really understand it, but go to guides, new guide layout. So what I want to do is to create a guide layout. I'll show you the second way to do it, but this is one way to do it in a way that is automatic. So new guide layout. I already have a guide layout here that I named IG layout. So this is for like Instagram size, yeah, and which is what we are working with right now. But how you can be able to create one is to come here and click on custom. When you click on custom, you are able to, so right now it is in inches, so what I put is 0.003. You can change your own to maybe 0.5, and I'll just click on all, copy, click on tab to go to the next one, paste, click on tab again to go to the next one. If you notice these lines are moving, click on tab to go to the next one, paste. You can also change the color of the line, make it red, make it light red, make it medium blue, make it cyan. Cyan is usually the one that everybody uses. Now in order to save it, you will now come here and click on save presets. You get. So you see here to save it. You see that my IG layout is already there. So I can call this career, that's CM for career map layout. Save. You get. So that anytime you come to Photoshop, I'm going to press OK first. Then anytime you come here to view, you don't have to, especially since it's this size. But those numbers I was imputing is where this guideline is going to stay from here to here. So from here to here is 0.5 inches. From here to here is 0.5 inches. From here to here is 0.5 inches. Do you understand? Now, I'm going to come here and click on clear guides. So I've removed all the guides. Now, another way to put it is you come here to your rectangle tool, and I'm just going to use 0.5 to create a rectangle tab. I feel like I'm fast. Please, if I'm fast, let me know. Me, I'm feeling like I'm fast. Alright. But shall create a rectangle and make sure that the height and width. So if you do not get, if you, let's say I remove this rectangle now. I just came here and I created a rectangle. I can just draw it here, then come here. This is where you can change the settings. Make sure that this thing is unchecked, you get, so that you don't link two of them. Make sure it's 0.5 then come down 0.5 as well. You get. So now I'll explain to you how I'm going to use this. Then you can link it back because now it's a square. Everything is the same. No, this is 0. This is supposed to be 0 0.5. 0 0.5. You get. Then you can link it back again. Okay. Now I'm going to make sure that this, so go back to your pick tool so that you select it. This rectangle now, I want to make sure that it's aligned to the right, and I want to make sure that it's aligned to the top. Now what this help me is I can come here. If you're not seeing this on your Photoshop, all you just have to press is Ctrl R. So if I press Ctrl R, the guideline will go out. Do you understand? I think because I'm feeling I'm fast, I don't know why you guys are not saying anything concerning that. It's best you just listen to me first, then probably rewatch the video. You get. And when you're rewatching the video, you practice alongside. So you get. So press Ctrl R in order to see those guidelines. Then drag it down. Drag it down till, because the rectangle is selected, as you're dragging it down, it will first of all stop because it's snapping to the rectangle. It's going to stop where the rectangle is. I'm going to zoom inside so that we confirm this. So I want to remove the stroke on the rectangle so that I actually see where the rectangle stops. You see, it actually stops here. And I'm going to drag another one and just stop it here. So that's 2 lines. Then now, so that we can accomplish the other lines, you see this thing did not actually even go to the edge of the edge. So let's take it to the edge of the edge. So I want it to be on the edge so that we can actually, because you remember before what we did is 0 0.5 from here to here, 0 0.5 from here to here. So if you create a square that is 0 0.5, it means that the rectangles, the lines are going to be in 0 0.5 and 0 0.5. Do you understand? So yeah, that was the idea of what we're doing. So what I'm going to do now is to move it from here to the other edge in the other side. So remember before, I wanted to put it in the toppermost side and in the leftmost side, for lack of a better word. So we're going to do the opposite of that in the bottommost side or whatever, but like the downest part and the rightest part, that kind of thing. So to do that, we're going to align left and align right, sorry, and align to the bottom. Then we'll now zoom inside again. So this is very important because your design needs space. You can't be designing from edge to edge. Even when you're using Microsoft Docs, you see that there's a place where you cannot type to. Do you get? So these guidelines help you make sure that all your text are aligned. So I'm going to delete it now because I've gotten my lines. Do you understand? So now, the reason why I did this is so that when I want to keep this text now, I can keep it on this line. Here you get. Now, I'm going to duplicate. I'm going to press alternate and drag to duplicate. You can hold shift so that it can come in the same line. I see the way it's going in this because I'm holding shift. If I remove shift, I can be able to do it anyhow I want to do it. But since I want it to get so that it works in that line. So I'm going to create the write-up that says adapt something. Let me hold it again. Okay, so in order to edit text, all you just have to do, very simple, double click on the text and you see this thing come out. This like as if you selected on it. You get. So adapt, make sure that, so mine was on all caps, so let me remove from all caps. Adapt or fade. Semicolon. Now, if you notice, this is a bold font, so we're going to remove it from bold to like regular. You get, as well as reduce the text. This is 57 now. I'm just eyeballing it and saying 16 might work. Now 16 is too small. You get, let's say 24. 24 can work. Then we'll change the color as well to like a gray color somewhere here, because I feel like that's in line with what we did there. Or we can change it to 30 as well, because I don't think 15 is enough. Take it up, 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 up. All right. So another reason why I wanted us to use this is because so because nothing is selected, that's why the thing disappeared. Whenever I click on this now, the lines will come back. You get. Another reason why I wanted us to do this design is because it's going to help us to be able to use the pen tool. Even though this might not be a conclusive study on the pen tool, because the pen tool is something that even um, very experienced designers are having issues with using. You get, but at least it's going to be an introduction to how to use the pen tool. So what I'm going to do is to I'm going to have to do this outside, but I'm just going to click on a new layout. So this is where you create a new layer, new empty layer. You just come here and click on it. You see, um, if you don't know where my cursor is, it's down. Just so it's like the down right side. So I'm just going to click on new layer. Come to my pen tool here. You can click on P to get the pen tool. You come here and click on it. Now, this is how the pen tool works. You click on something and you click on another place again. You can press shift so that it's a straight line and you get lines join. So because I want it to be a straight line, I'm just going to come here and click on it. Okay, no, I don't want it to be a straight line actually, because this is slanted. You get. I'm just going to come here and click on it. Now, this is how you do circles. This is how you do like curves. You come here, you click on it, and you click hold and you drag. See, you might have to watch a full video on how to use the pen tool. If Because after now you guys are supposed to do this as an assignment. If you're not able to do what I've just done, you can just use a normal rectangle, but I would really appreciate if you can take your time to learn how to do this. Now, in order to move to this place, another thing you now have to do is press alternate options on your keyboard to end this curve something, so that you can continue normally as straight line, then you end it here. So I'm going to change this and remove the stroke. This I remember I told you guys this is where you remove the stroke for pen tool. Then for the fill, you come here and change the color to this. Press OK, and that's the new color. So I'm just going to take this here and move it inside the artboard. So those are the new artboards for me. Then I'm going to start from the edge as well. As you can see here, it started from the edge. Now, these two lines inside is not hard to create. It's very, very easy. But one thing is going to do now, we are going to test your knowledge of whether you understand the layer max tool I talked about. So we are going to click on this shape again because we want the next thing we are going to create to be on top of it. And because of that, we are now going to come here and click on new layer. Anytime you want to use the pen tool, make sure you create a new layer. We are going to come to the pen tool again and just take a line and end it here. This is all we need. Then we are going to duplicate this for the next one. So because this is not looking like it, this is like a stroke, you get. So you want to increase the stroke so it looks like it. You can increase the stroke, come here, change the color to be this color because this color is the same color that is here, you get, so that the color is aligning. Then you click on this, and now you're going to have to duplicate this. So press on Alt or Options on your keyboard and duplicate this, you get. You can also do this with a rectangle. Now what we are going to do, select the both of them and click Alt so that you can put them inside this thing. Carry this one to click Alt, it's going to enter as well, you get. The trickiest thing is that that's the same thing you're going to do when you get an image to use, you get. So what we're doing now is basically to just add the text. For things like this, what you want to do is create one, then duplicate. So you don't have to now start I don't need to now start duplicating this shape first. I need to be able to create this whole cell, I want to call it that, this whole group, then duplicate it. So if you ask me, I really like designing flyers like this, and also I believe that they are best designed on Illustrator. I'm going to reduce this because I feel like this is supposed to be smaller. Sometimes you might not really know, especially when you're replicating flyers, you might not really know what the font size is, but with your eye, just use your eye to do it. We're just going to use this Thursday, February 13th. Now this is like a design core um lesson for you to learn here. You get, you notice that all the ones that are bold, they are necessary. They are necessary information. For example, the date that this event is happening, the the person that is hosting it, the title of the event, the name of the invited guest, as well as even the link to register. Guess what? This color yellow is used only 3 times, and one of the times that is being used is with the link, because people are going to be thinking, where am I going to register? So I'm just saying this because as designers, what you're doing is supposed to be solving problem, not giving people questions to ask. You get, so when designing flyers, make sure that you take account of the important details and make them stand out in your design. Even up until today, I never fail to do this. It's very important. You get, so yeah, we're just going to use this, like, let's say 14. 14 might be too small. Let's work with 18. So I'm going to because, so you can actually also double click here in order to edit. So I'm just going to change this to 19.00. I see that there's a space there, another space, 20.00 space WIB. This key is on the keyboard, so this WIB is supposed to be capital letter, so let me just change it to capital letter. In case you want to know how you can change cases, you can select the text, then come to type. I really hope I see this. Be no be edited one. Oh, there's supposed to be where you can be able to change the case. Okay. It's on Illustrator, not Photoshop. Sorry. It's on Illustrator. Alright, so let's move on. Okay. So this is, then you now press Google Meet. Alright. Zimbabwe to Papa. Okay. Anissa Prawira. Alright, I feel like they are the same font. Maybe this one is slightly bigger than it, but it's definitely a bold. I feel like it's the same font size, same size. Alright, maybe the one under is the one that is now. So it actually went back to the 20 because I pressed Ctrl Z. Alright, so we're just going to duplicate this as well. You can make this a 16, so a smaller. Change this to a regular font again, then senior projects manager. NT my. Alright, so we're just going to duplicate this as well again, take it up and use for the hosted by. So I'm not sure, but I think that, okay, first of all, let's change this. So I'm going to right click so that, so you see that I told you, I think we learned it last class or last two classes, but like right click, then you can come here. If you right click on it, on a layer, you see the layer on it and the layer beneath it. So this is the rectangle in the background, and this is the layer. Come here, you can change it to bold. Even though I kind of feel like that is semi bold, but like what I want to show you first is that this hosted by, I think, is in the middle of this 13. So I'm going to look for this 13 on the layer panel and come here, hold your control or command, select, then align both of them to be in the middle. You get, because I feel like it's in the middle. You get, then take this up a little bit because I also see that it's supposed to be up a little bit according to what we are seeing in the reference. Just use your arrow keyboard to take it up. You're almost done with the design. All you just have to do is take this one again. Then I'm also noticing the color changes because I feel like this is not entirely white. So I feel like this is pale. Even this one that I'm using is not really like white, but this is paler. Alright, so I'm reducing the color so that it matches the reference. You get, so this is also like me, you'll see me paying attention to details. So as simple as just the minor color change, because these are the things that also show hierarchy as well in the design. Do you get? So this is um the a description of who the host is. So they've given you the host's name, then there's a description of her or he. But the name Anissa makes me feel like he's a he, he's a her. I'm just going to write bits dot lee slash nice talk 13th. I actually don't need to write all this thing, sure. I want to make sure that I create exactly the same file. Alright, so I also noticed that this is bolder, so it's going to be a bold. Then change the color as well to this color. As I do this, I realize that the color I'm using is not exactly. Are you guys typing in the chat? Because I'm not seeing the chat though. You guys are not typing in the chat because I'm actually not seeing the chat. Alright, thank you. Are you guys hearing me? I need confirmation. I need real life confirmation. Please, everybody, turn on your mics. Let me hear you. Let me hear you. I've been feeling so alone. Are you guys hearing me?
Yes, we can.
Alright, that's amazing to know. Are you guys following so far?
Yes, please.
Alright. Yes. So the closest to this design is Anissa Priwaria and Senior Prior Management. So I'm just going to take this and take it up here. Now if you notice, is beneath it. So I'm just going to press on Shift Command or Control. There's this bracket key beside your keyboard. So there's a bracket before and there's a bracket after. So the bracket after, I'm just going to click on it. I don't know how I'm going to show you guys that bracket now, but let's go down first. Let's take this down a bit because it's not. But another way you'd have done that is select your layer and drag it up. That's another way to take a shape up in the layer panel. Do you get? So yeah. Alright, so I'm just going to take this down a little bit because I'm noticing some issues with even this their design direction. Alright, let's leave it like I think it works that way for me. Then I'm just going to use my image. I'm going to take an image from my laptop. The sunset free. Always free. Alright. So this image, I had already removed the background. But I'll leave you guys to that problem of removing the background. I already taught you guys how to remove it. But let me show you how I can turn this to black and white. So in order to turn it to black and white, make sure that the layer is selected. Click on Shift Options Command B. This black and white option is going to come out, and you can press OK. You can also, maybe if you feel like you need my face to be, you need something in the color to be darker. Let's say there's red in the color now, like my face, for example, because I'm a black person. If you take it, you see that my face start getting very dark because they are red tones. So I'm not red, but like because I'm black, because it's a face, whether you're fair or you're dark. I've noticed that if you take red down, but according to the reference, we see that okay, these guys are white, they are Asian. So, but just to look like the design, you can increase the white, but that does not really look like me. If you not do that, it's not going to make me look like a white person. You can actually use ChatGPT or get a free picture of a white person. Because I probably post this, I don't know, it's because I'm posting it. So as you're zooming in, as you're reducing the image, you see that it's turned back to black and white. Let's go here. Then now, how do I put this here? It's very simple. Come back, carry on the layer panel, drag it down, press your alternate keyboard. You make sure that this is inside your alternate keyboard, because guess what? All these things are inside this shape that we have created, and just like my image as well, it is inside. So I'm just going to press alternate, and this clip mark something will appear. Click on it, and it's going to be inside. But note that it has to be on top of these other two shapes that have been here, because if you were to be here, for example, you see that the rectangle will not come in front of my face. So it has to be on top. It has to be the topmost layer that is on top of it. So what I'm going to do in order to help make this a group is I'm going to group it. I think that's very direct. So I'm going to make sure I'm selecting this, so which is like the name of the person, the description of the person. Press Control, or you can as well just click on this, press Shift, and go to the downside, like the last thing, because they are together, and select it. But let's say what I wanted to group is here is this one, and I want to group this one and this one. And if you press Shift to this one, it's going to select everything from here to here, and you don't want that. You get the reason why I'm pressing Shift is because all the thing I want to put inside the group, they are already here. You get, there's no layer in between them. Do you understand? So I'm just going to press, but let me just use Control. So I'm just going to Control and select each and every one of them. Then I'll press Control G, or right click and say group from layers. But it will be an amazing thing if you understand your shortcut to help you very well, to be very fast. So it's group from layers. Why am I looking for something like this? Okay, just chill. Press your Control G. I don't know why it was hard to find, but you can call this, so in order for order, you can call this increase image. You get, Then press your Alt key and duplicate. So I feel like you will notice something as you duplicate, sha. All right. I don't know why it's not duplicating. That's duplicated. If this does not work for you, just click on the group and press Ctrl J. It has duplicated on the layer. All you just have to do is drag it. But in order so that they are aligned, press Shift so that you see that it's coming out in the same line. They are aligned horizontally. You can press Ctrl J again, and you drag. So you need the spacing in between both of them to be the same thing. Either way you're snapping it, you achieve that, or what you're now going to do is select 3 of them and come here. Make sure that so you're going to distribute them in such a way that the space in between them is the same. You get. Then you're now going to come and select all of them overall. Yeah, select all of them and reduce it. All right, press enter. Are we good, guys? Do we have any questions? Do we have any questions? No, I feel like having some fun with this design. Not so much fun, sure, but let me just do something. And as I'm having some fun, that people have that same fun, no, when you're replicating it. So you come here, press Control, select a new layer. So if you notice, I have to come to the last page so that the new layer is going to be on top of the rectangle. Because what I want to do is to come to my pen tool. Now the new layer is selected. Come here. I'm going to hold another place. I'm still holding it. As I'm holding it, I just wiggle it. You get? Alright, let's work with this. Wiggle it. I'm going to press Alt again. Then I'm going to hold it again, and yeah, wiggle it. I'm going to hold Alt again. Then come to fill, remove the fill. Come to stroke, make sure my stroke is, let's say, this color. It's not really white, like a faded white. I think it's also something that is constant within the design. And increase the size of the stroke. Increase it again. Reduce it a bit. Increase it. All right. So now it is increased like this. What I want to do is just basically maybe reduce the opacity a little bit because so that it's not distracting. Reduce it. It's going to be there, but it's not really there. So I'm going to reduce it to like 12 is still too apparent. Maybe 7. Make sure my pick 2 is selected. Just duplicate it and keep on duplicating it. Keep on duplicating it. So you can use any pattern you want to use on your own, but just make sure that there's like a pattern in the background. Duplicate it again. Make sure it's going in a unified direction. So I'm going to select all of them and increase them so that I'm not seeing the edges of each and every one of any of the stroke on the page. We select my artboard, come down here, go to here, and yeah, I don't think this is bad. This is good now, right? Yeah, maybe I might want to reduce the opacity a little bit more. So what I want to do now is group all of them, then reduce their opacity collectively. It will not have so much effect, but it will have an effect. You get? Yeah. Does anybody have any question? All right. Nobody has any question. I want to ask Zainab. Zainab.
So,
Also, I really like the name Zainab. Um, what does it mean?
it means apple of father's eye.
Wow.
Apple of father's eye.
Okay. Do you know, were you here when I went to create um when I went to create the guidelines around the design? Do you know how we can do that?
No, I was there, but I don't know it.
All right. Does anybody know it? Does anybody know it, or at least can explain to the rest of us how we can achieve that? Yeah.
Okay, so to get the guidelines, you can either click on Control R, and it will just like the rulers will come out, and you can drag from the left to the right, and then you position your guidelines on the artboard how you want it to, or you go to the top side where the home, like where every other thing used to show. Then you click on, I've forgotten what is under Sha. I think view or
Yes, view.
something.
So you go to view.
Then you check. Yes, you go to view. Then you click on create. If
Guides.
you have an already existing guideline
So wait, when you
guide,
go to view,
you
make sure
just
that
click on it. But if you want to
are
create
you
a
hearing
new
me?
one, huh?
Are you hearing me? I said when you go to view, I think it's important that you state that when you go to view, you will not just see it. You have to go to guides. I think when I
Yes.
used to use
Yes.
a Windows laptop, I used to see it here. Maybe it's the Photoshop that changed, not necessarily Windows. But I used to see it here. But you go to guides and you see different options here. There's lock guides, there's clear guides. Clear guides is to remove the guides. You get, come here and go to new guide layout, not new guide, new guide layout.
Yes.
So you click
So
on
they
it.
are.
Yeah. So there are presets. They are already, if you, there are already some of them that are here, sure. Or you can create your own. Thank you very much. Oluwafumike, are you there? Hello.
Hello, I can hear you, please.
Do you remember what I said concerning clip marks?
No.
Do you think it's something you can? Okay.
Something I can.
Okay, I think. Sorry, but Zainab, do you understand what I did with clip marks?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you've done it before, right? From the other assignments. So, clip marks is basically putting an object inside another one. You get, for you, Oluwafemike, because we've not done it like before. So, for this group now, one of these groups, let's open the group. So that's another thing too. This is a group. In order to see what's inside the group, you just press this arrow so that it will open. You get. So when I say clip marks is, now this shape is the background shape that is here. All these lines, this line inside, these two lines, and my picture now is clip marks inside this background shape. Do you understand?
Yes.
So in order to do it, is make sure that the shape you want to clip marks to another one is on top of it. You get. So this guy is the background shape, is the main shape that you're clip marking everything inside. You get. Then just press on alternate and you clip marks it.
Okay.
Yeah. Press on
Thank you.
alternate and you clip marks it. Press on. So if you notice now, right now, what is showing is the clip marks option and a diagonal line. If I click on it, what it's going to do is going to remove the clip marks. Then my image is not going to be clip marks inside that one again. In the last class when we were creating the last flyer, I we if you notice, we only clip marks one image inside a shape. But now what we are doing is clip marking several elements of the design inside one shape, and you see how that is possible. You get. And in this class, I also made known to you that one important thing as well is to make sure that you follow the layers order. So the object you want on top, make sure that it's on top on the layer. So if you do not do that, like what that means basically is that this image you want it to be on top, right? So make sure that it's on top in the clip marking. These two are supposed to be under, on top of this shape. Do you get? I believe that as you practice, you're going to understand, and I think you guys can always reach out to me.
Okay.
To yeah, people can always reach out to me when you have questions. We are going to we're going to have our final classes next week, Tuesday, and I do not believe that I have anything to teach in that class. But I'm going to curate. I think I can stop recording now. Thank you guys if you're watching this.